Hello and welcome back to the channel. You join me on this glorious hot day. No, it's not glorious, it's hot and sticky, and I really don't want to be stuck under cars, but I've got work to do. Right, where are we up to? Let's go and have a look. So I've moved the Kia out the way because I needed a little bit of room so I could move Agatha back a little, because I want to get Mrs Winn up on the ramps again so I can find out where my brake pipe is leaking from. I've left the windows open on Agatha because she is getting quite warm in there still. Mighty white. One of the good things of a white car, it does reflect the heat, so it's pretty cool inside there. So Mrs Winn, in this glorious sunshine, I still need to polish my bonnet. It's been a very hot week, so I'm yeah, tough. Other than getting Agatha back on her leveled up, I've not done any work on cars, so I thought, right, I've got some time off work, so I'm gonna deal with that. And as if by magic, up she goes. Right, let's crawl under. Right. Oh, she needs a bit of underseal work doing. It's a bit crusty under there. Right. Oh, it looks like no, I thought it was there. It's not. It's further back up front, I think. Somewhere here, maybe. So I think it's just a case of making up a new bit of brake pipe for there. What's that? Might need some, might need, no, I think, no, that's brake fluid. It's just because it's squirted everywhere. Looks like just a bit of rusty pipe. Yeah, there's a join here. So yeah, looks like I've just got to do a little bit of underseal work here. It's solid, it's just flaking off. Nothing drastic. Looks pretty good under there, to be fair. Suspension pipe looks okay. Yeah, so I think it is really, because I know these were, I can't remember if I replaced this. Yes, I did replace that one. So it's, yeah, just need to replace a little bit of brake pipe. Shouldn't be too much of an issue, I have plenty in stock. Let's get cracked on, let's get this pipe off. Let's give us some brakes again. So, remove the brake pipe in pieces, because yeah, it did break. That was the original part that was leaking there. And this actually broke while I was removing it, trying to get it out. So it is an odd shape, but at least with copper pipe it does bend nice and easy. So all good, no big deal. I can use the ends. The ends are pretty good, or the fittings should I say, they're pretty good. So I will use those again. Yeah. Cut some pipe to length and hey presto, nice and easy. Do excuse the wind noise if we do get some, but as you can see, Mrs Winn is now back off the ramps and brake pipe has now been fitted, so she does have brakes again, and we've got a pretty decent pedal. So just after I'd fitted the brake pipe, I had a friend come over.
Oh, don't do that.
Oh, thumbs up, friend. Oh, weird, old, inappropriate friend. Oh, spunk samples, friend.
Why did he have to do the thumbs up?
And we got chatting and I forgot to video a few certain things. So while we was chatting, I was still working away and didn't record anything. But I did get all my headlights working, because I only had one headlight working, no flash, and nothing was working on the passenger side other than side lights. Also, I had no brake lights and no reversing lights. I've still not got round to the reversing lights, but we do have brake lights. However, the saga continues. Now, it never used to do this, but I'll show you what's going on. So, if we step inside, and let's say I just pull the flash, yep, I get a nice flashy, bluey, whitey light. If I put my headlights on, I get a very, very faint high beam light coming on. And if I pull the flash, it goes out. So I think we're looking at a very poor earth. Now if I fire her up, so she's on choke, all my lights go out, pull my flash, all okay. Now if I put the side lights on, my rev counter goes out, my choke light goes out, but the high beam light comes on. And also my battery gauge totally dies. And my fuel gauge refuses to climb any higher, although it is slowly starting to climb there. If I put headlights on, still nothing. And if I pull the flash, that goes out, but my flashes actually work. So that's the headlights back off, that light's gone out, my rev counter's come back on. So if I switch the side lights on, goes out and off. So I know the battery was a little bit dead when I last tried to start it, so I'm just going to let her run now. And as you can see, the battery gauge is starting to climb. If I put my headlights on, it goes back down very quickly. So I'll just leave her on a fast idle for now. And I wonder what happens if I put the wipers on. Ew. Okay, I need new wiper blades, so we'll ignore that. Everything's okay there. Put my foot on the brake, all okay there. So I think I have got either a problem with the wiring in here, because I do know it has been messed around with, but I'm not going to worry too much with the wiring, because like I say, this dash is coming out, but I never had a problem with it before, so I am a little bit worried as to what could be going on. It might just be that there's some really poor connections under the bonnet, so we'll have to find out. But I'm not going to do any more work on Mrs Winn today, because I want to do something else. So 4 days later and I'm still waiting for Ricky. I think we'll just keep this. He can keep the Jag. I don't really need it anyway. So yeah, and the weather's turned a bit crap, and as you can see, everything's nice and wet. So yeah, you can actually hear the cars rusting. Right, so anyway, during the week I managed to move all the cars around, so everything's where I want it to be right now. So I can now get Mrs Winn out just by moving the Mighty White, or if I want to swap them around, I can quite easily. I haven't got to move a whole fleet of cars to get round there. Now, anyway, right, lights. I found the problem, or sort of found the problem. So it's an on and off thing. So okay, they're working okay now. That, you know, the light, that, you know, the high beam light doesn't come on when I put the headlights on. I found that when I push the switch thing back in properly, sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. I mean, it's never fitted right anyway, because I think it early on in its life it was messed around with, I don't know, because the fog light switch, although it's got fog lights at the rear. When you pull the switch out, there's nothing connected to it, so it's fog light switch is now down there. So as I want to get this dash out anyway, I thought, well, now I know what the problem is in there somewhere, I'm going to get the dash out, I think. So quite simple, if I remember correctly. I am going to have to jog my memory and look in the manual as to actually how this dash comes out, but I think it is quite simple. So stay tuned, bear with me. I know this is a mucky video, it's all over the place. It's because I'm just flicking from one job to the next, and most of it has been done while I've been coming, you know, finishing work and just doing it of an evening. So I have been flicking from job to job, so do excuse me. Well, that didn't take long to get out. So now we can take a closer look at the dash. So I'll be fitting this lovely walnut dash from a HLS. This one has got the same lights as mine, but it is missing the oil warning lamp, so I will be taking it out of my original. Not that I'll be using it again, so I'm going to totally strip this dashboard down. So all I need to do is basically mark up where my switches went, which plug goes to which plug in there, just mark them up, and then I can take the switches out. The clocks I can leave in situ because it's only the wooden fascia that I'm going to be removing, and that is only held on by a couple of screws on the back, just there and there, 2 in the middle and another 2 here. So it's quite simple to remove, and then I can strip this fascia, connect the lamps. Obviously I'm going to use I might use another switch holder, because this one, as you can see, has got holes drilled in it where screws used to go that didn't do anything. So I'm pretty sure I've got another one of those, and obviously there, which one is it? It's the fog lamp. Yeah, that's on a separate switch for some reason, so I'm going to do away with that switch and I'll be putting it back onto an original switch. So as I say, I've got plenty of switches spare, so I'll be using them. Mrs Winn's clock surrounds have never ever fitted. They've been glued in so many times because all the clips broke off many moons ago, and there is supposed to be a clip on those that sits there. Mrs Winn's have all broken off or been removed, God knows why, but yeah, that's how it goes sometimes. And all I want to do is just fix another bracket onto this rev counter, because it does vibrate a little inside there, so it just wants securing. I think it was a makeshift. Obviously when I done it, I just put the one bracket on there just to hold it secure and in place, but I could do with fitting something or gluing. I probably will glue something in there, probably use a hot glue or something like that, just to steady it and stop it vibrating. It's secure in there, but it just vibrates a little. So yeah, let's get everything transferred over. So that's the old dash out, and as you can see there, a lot more has literally just chipped off. I think it is basically just it is like a veneer, a lacquered veneer, but it is very thin. So all I need to do is cut out a slot for my stereo in the replacement dash. Yes, if I was a purist, and okay, with the Mighty White, yes, I am a little bit of a purist, but with the Mrs Winn, no, she is my car, and yeah, I'm not going to put a period stereo in it. I'm going to put my stereo in it because it's Bluetooth and all that, and it's what I prefer. Because once I do start using it, yes, I will like my own music. Not so much with the mighty wipe because I need to listen for things going wrong. Right, so all that's left for me to do really is cut out the hole for my stereo and fit the stereo in and bolt the dashboard into place, which is only by a couple of wood screws, and that's about it. Nothing technical at all. So looking at the issue I had with the lights, as you can see, it is a metal dash, and I think because none of the clips were in place, and there's a screw poking out there, and it does look awful, so I am going to use the one out of a spare HLS dash that I had, another spare one. I've got about 3 of them in various states. I was tempted, very tempted to use this dash and literally just bolt it straight in, but I still want my rev counter. Yeah, it would just be a simple swap over, but now that I'm looking at them, I don't like this style of warning lamp. Yes, they are an improvement over the older ones, maybe in terms of you know what they are for, but let's just face it, there's only what, 6 or 7 of them, 7 of them on the older dash, because you don't have the lamp for your side lights. But then again, I don't need a lamp to tell me that my side lights are on, because I would have switched them on anyway, and no, I wouldn't knock them, because I think these are like an aircraft type switch. You know, if they're all up, they're all off, simple as that. So I am going to stick with the original type of lamp, because I just think that, don't know, they're a bit more character, I think. So yeah, right, so all I'm going to do is cut my stereo hole out and we'll get this fitted back in. Well, I'm not going to deny it, that was a bit of a pain in the backside to do. Basically, each of these lights, there's not a bulb directly behind that lens. The bulb sits probably about 2 inches away, and on each of those is a little tube. It's only a rubber tube, and obviously it stops all the light leaking out and keeps it in, a little bit like a fibre optic. So to get each one of them all lined up and squished back into position while you're trying to fight with the rest of the dashboard, it was a bit of a nightmare. But yeah, that looks pretty neat. So I think we'll get her back in, which shouldn't be too much of a difficult job. It's only a couple of screws and a couple of plugs, that's about it. There's about 3 plugs for the main loom, and there's a couple of odd little connections. Obviously, while I'm at it, I'm just going to make some better connections for the back of the rev counter, because they are a little bit tight on the wiring. So I'm going to just put a little bit of twin core together and redo them properly, I think. But yeah, we're ready to go in. And there she is, loosely in position. I think that does look so much better than the lighter style would. Yeah, I really do prefer the HLS walnut effect. Yeah, really like it. Looks nice. Looks nice. Yeah. So all that's left for me to do really is fit my stereo and obviously secure the dash properly, and then move the wiring from that awful fog light switch and put it back onto the original wiring. So yeah, put it back on its switch up there where it should be. So yeah, let's crack on and do that. Let's sort that fog lamp, connect up my rev counter, which I've obviously added some extra wiring, so it's, if I need to remove the dash, I'm not going to start pulling at things and wiring and God knows what else. Tidy me wiring up under the dash, secure it up out the way, and do something with the little bit of board that goes underneath it, which is a bit skew if I think it wants going outside. Probably get it damp and then lay it on a flat surface and let it dry out. But weather's not too good today. Obviously this video's been done over a couple of days, couple of weeks. So yeah, really want to crack on now, get this sorted out, and then move on to the next job of dodging showers, and maybe for the next video then doing the front and rear displacers. And there we have it. That's the dash now in place and everything all works nicely, and the stereo's in place, and I've even figured out how to connect my phone to it, which I haven't done in about 12 years, and I remembered how to do it, which is quite cool. So yeah, I can now stream my music, I can make hands-free phone calls. How cool. And yes, you can spot my little koala bear that's been in this car since I bought it back in 2007, 2008. So I don't exactly know how old that thing is, but you probably remember them. I remember these as a kid. You squeeze its back and its little arms clip out and you can turn a little head. But this has been in the car since I bought it anyway. I actually found it in the glove box, and yeah, so she normally lives on the seat belts, but I am in the process of pulling out the center consoles because I noticed how dusty everything is in there. So I think while I'm prattling around with the car, I'll give this a bit of a clean out. So this will only take me 5 minutes to get the vac in there, but I also want to sort out the gear lever gaiter because it's all bit naff really. It's all the leathers, the leatherette if you like, is peeling away. So I want to stitch all that back up and actually fasten it back to there, which there are some little clips which are in the tray there amongst all the other bits in there. So them are some of the screws I've pulled out from this center console, because you have to remove the rear one to undo the front one, which is a bit of a pain in the arse, but it needs a clean under there anyway, so I might as well do it and get her looking presentable again. So yeah, we're getting there, slowly but surely we're getting there. And there we go, all done for now. Up front, that's the dash all in. Center consoles have been removed, cleaned underneath there, and cleaned and refitted and sorted out that gear lever gaiter as well, because that was hanging off more or less. So that's all secure now. So that's it for now. That is the inside of Mrs Winn more or less done on the inside. Just my displacers to swap over, and then I think I'm just going to prep it for MOT, I think. So there we go. So that's all from me in this video. Hope you've enjoyed watching it. Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment below. All comments are always welcome. So that's it from me for this weekend. Well, week. It's been took me a couple of weeks to do this video, on and off in between weather, and sometimes just can't be bothered. Oh, we got a bit of lightning going on as well now. So yeah, as you can see, she's getting a bit wet. Yeah, whatever. Right, and of course, obviously over there we've got the Mighty White, and we've still got Agatha. So yeah, I think I'll give in before it gets wet. Right, take care of yourselves and each other, and we'll see you again in another video real soon. Cheerio. Bye bye.